Luckily, rain got out of there. It became beautiful.
Yeah.
But it was super windy. So we got supersized Wendy's meals.
I was going to say, thank God it wasn't Super McDonald's. Oh, good.
Come on.
Good joke.
Come on.
Come on. So, buddy.
Hey.
What's going on?
Not much, man.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am better than I should be. I don't know what that means, but I chose to say it.
Aren't we all? We're vaccinated, feeling good.
That's true.
The mandates of the mask, by the way, almost completely gone.
Yeah. Well, actually, by the time that this airs, it could be very normal up in here.
That's true. I've stopped wearing them to weddings as I gig.
Yeah.
And nobody has said anything.
I stopped wearing them to sleep.
That's good.
I actually can sleep better without my mask.
Nice.
Oh, I never slept with a mask on. Anyway.
Oh yeah. I see you have a stranger behind you.
A stranger?
The stranger.
The
actually.
stranger.
The stranger.
You must be talking about our friend Billy Joel. William Joel.
Yes.
Yes. It's behind me this way.
Yeah.
Probably
it's a good record.
Might be in my top 5, honestly, albums of all time.
Really?
I love Billy Joel.
Yeah.
And most of the Billy Joel songs that I love are off of that album.
Yes.
I also like Turnstiles and Glass Houses. There's another one I'm forgetting, but obviously there's Piano Man.
True.
There's one. Anyway, that one is freaking phenomenal.
I had to buy that one too, but I saw it. I think I bought it off Amazon.
Okay.
It was the audio master recordings of it.
What does that mean?
So it's a high fidelity record.
Okay.
And I can't remember like the weight of the record. I think it was like 200 gram.
Wow.
And it's like a four disc because there's only like 2 songs on each side because there's so much data and information on that song. It's like
I wonder if it's
crystal clear too, man.
I wonder if yours is mastered at like half speed or something like that.
Oh, you mean if like 45?
Yeah.
It is 45 now that I remember.
I was about to start saying for those who have just joined us, and then I remember that Conan said that literally on his podcast, and they made so much fun of him. He was like halfway through. He's like, if you're just tuning in, and Matt Gorley was like, oh no, he was actually interviewing Jake Tapper, and Jake was like, if they're listening now, they've been listening from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like,
chances are.
if you're just now tuning in to the radio, blah, blah, blah. But anyway.
If you found our station of accident.
For those wondering what we're nerding out about, we're super into records.
Some might say we have an extensive collection.
Yes.
Of records.
My dad.
You know what number you're up to, by the way?
I'm going to save that.
Okay.
I'm going to get there in like 30 seconds.
Got it.
So my dad.
You almost sound like Jack Nicholson. I'm going to get there in 30 seconds. Hold your horses.
I'm going to get there. Anyway. So my dad collected records.
Right.
You know, since, I mean, when Billy Joel was coming out with them, he was buying them.
He was old school.
Authentically and, you know, the original pressing.
Before the tape era.
Yeah. And so, like, when I was a kid, I was fascinated because when I was a kid, it was tape.
Yep.
Like, we had the cassette tapes.
Oh, yeah.
And we had CDs. I was a kid who had experienced both of those worlds.
Sure.
Fun fact, I lost, not lost, I found $10 at the beach. Oh. And as a kid, and my dad was like, well, you found it, you can keep it. I took that $10 and I went and bought Tag Team cassette.
Yes.
If you don't know who Tag Team is, it is whoop, there it is.
Yep.
Party people!
Who just recently appeared on a Geico commercial.
And was a question on Jeopardy last night.
Really?
So random.
Wow.
And I got it because I had their cassette tape.
Yeah.
But I had cassette tapes and CDs
Yeah.
for the longest time, which I thought was cool. But my dad had always had 300 or 400 records.
Right.
And that's how I kind of grew up.
Yeah.
I knew how to play records from a young age. And he had just awesome stuff like Zeppelin, Skinner,
Yeah.
AC/DC, the Eagles.
Heck yeah.
Like just crazy good selection. And then he would also have what's the gospel group? The Kingsmen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he'd have them. And,
The Southern Gospel Quartet.
and he just had the coolest. He had Joe Cocker and he had Roy Buchanan and all these people that I learned how to play guitar. Johnny Winter, Edgar Winter, all these awesome records, right? And I just
Which one did we see on the cruise?
Oh,
Was that Edgar?
that was the Edgar Winter band. Yeah,
Band, okay.
yeah, and
They were sick.
they were unfreaking believable.
were awesome.
Have we told that story yet?
About the cruise?
Yeah.
I think we mentioned it one time.
Okay.
But yeah, we haven't talked a lot about it. But
Well,
we should.
We should. And if we don't get to it on this episode, just know that Nathan and I had the pleasure to play on the Rock and Roll Legends Cruise 3 ship,
Yeah.
which had the
Back in
Doobie Brothers and Alice
2015.
Cooper and Don Felder and
Seeing Alice Cooper, that was a mind freak.
it was yeah, because he was he was still Alice Cooperish,
Yeah.
but old.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Exactly.
it was you were,
But it was him. It was the dude. I was just whoa, that's really
Yeah.
him.
so maybe we can swing back around to that. If not, we'll hit them.
sure.
We'll hit them next episode. But
Yeah.
that was
So just chill till the next episode.
just hey, relax, just freaking relax.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's
Na 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 na.
it's funny. Am I going to just tell people things and then tell them I'm going to hold it to the end and then just never
Oh yeah. Well, I forgot too.
I did the same with the record count, and now I'm doing it with this story.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say that about my dad because I always thought that was the most outrageous amount of records you could own.
Sure.
And this was before iPod.
Yep.
And just the thought of having 300 albums from somebody is just it is just wild.
Right.
But I grew up that way. My parents told me when I was 3 years old, I would go to sleep in front of the record player to Zeppelin 4.
Nice.
Right. It's I was just born
Right.
to be a rock and roller. Right.
Dun, 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 dun.
But yes, I had on my own collection, I had 500 records, which is a ton.
Yeah.
But then I got married, and my father-in-law had 500 records. And most of his, or I guess they're now mine, but most of his collection is behind me.
Okay.
And I was kind of worried that there would be a ton of overlap, but there really is not. 'Cause
Really?
Our musical taste is slightly different.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot more folk where I don't have a lot of folk.
Okay.
And he's got a lot more soft rock that I don't have, and great, really great selection, but it didn't overlap. So now I have 1,000 vinyl records at my house,
Sheesh.
but I don't have Billy Joel high quality. And if I did, I would put it up here today instead of
Yeah, I got you.
the normal $2 one that I bought.
Yeah. The high fidelity one does not cost $2, by the way.
No, it doesn't.
And that's the last one I bought. as far as that goes.
I don't know. This is kind of a good point because you can get into records. There's a lot of different ways that people or reasons that people get into records.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure you know this, but Jared Poff is into records now. He literally just bought a record player.
Nice.
And
welcome to the club, Jared.
Yeah, welcome. You're going to go broke.
It's true.
But he got into it probably for, similar but probably different reasons than we did. It's like I got into it because it was nostalgic and my dad. And
for sure. I did too.
All that stuff. And I also got into it because of the way it sounds. But like you like a lot of new records.
Yeah.
Where I like a lot of older records. It's not that I don't like the new records. It's just that was like what drove you.
And I like both too. But if there's like a new record that sounds great, then I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted that option.
Well, the one that I wish I had was the Continuum. Oh. Because there were a lot of there were a lot of records that you had that I no longer have access to.
Yeah.
Because we used to be roommates and your collection was my collection too.
You still have access to it. You just ask.
Yeah. I'm a jerk. But that's like one of the best sounding records ever.
But you have the Sands. I don't have the Sands.
Yes.
That's a good one.
I do.
Which is Frank Sinatra live. That's a really good one.
And you introduced me to that album.
Oh, yeah.
Funny story. Very quick story. The day that I found that album, I was with Ryan Rodriguez. And Ryan, if you're listening, what up? And
hi, Ryan.
His wife, Erica.
Yep.
We were at the Wuxtree in Decatur.
Oh, yeah.
And this was so uncomfortable and so funny. So I was like leaned down or squatted down looking at the records on the bottom shelf. Mm. And Ryan was like in another room or something. And Erica just wasn't paying attention. And she thought I was Ryan. And so
I like where this is going.
In a minute, like I feel a girl's hand massaging the back of my head, like, running her fingers through my hair. And I looked up, I was like, wrong dude. And she was so embarrassed.
Oh, wow.
But it was, every time Ryan and I go somewhere, they're like, oh, you guys are brothers and like blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's a very easy mistake to make, but that crap was so funny because I'm down there looking for Sinatra at the Sands. And,
right.
It was so funny. But,
gosh, that's hilarious. I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, I totally forgot about it.
That's amazing.
Right now. But that was freaking great. We just had them over for a nice little hangout.
Nice.
Last weekend.
Good people.
It was awesome.
Good people.
It was awesome. Ryan, we need to hang out again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we do. Records are nostalgia for me too.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I had, music-wise anyway. And then like shortly after that, all about cassette tapes.
Yeah.
I would buy Star Wars on cassette tapes.
What's one of your funniest cassette tapes?
Funniest ones?
Because mine was Tag Team.
Right. I used to buy those. They used to sell the singles, like the EPs on cassettes.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I used to buy Hammer all the time.
MC Hammer?
Hammer was my dude, bro.
That's awesome, man.
Too legit to quit.
I also used to have Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh, nice.
The what is it? The You Might Be a Redneck.
Might Be a Redneck.
I used to have that one.
Yeah. That was a staple. You had to have that one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anyway.
But
yeah, you are also I do have a lot more records, but I inherited half of them.
Right.
But you also have like quite a few records.
Yeah.
You don't just have
I've
8.
got about, no, I definitely don't have 1,000, but I do have, I want to say close to 400.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of those, well, I was going to say a lot of those are new, but they're not. Because I do have a lot of old school ones.
Yeah. And by the way, Ryan, the one we were just talking about, also has a very big collection.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the same amount as you have.
Probably.
And
I forgot he had one.
It's so interesting because even though we all have relatively similar taste, a record collection will tell you like what your taste actually is. Like, what are you actually going to spend your money on?
Right.
And so you look at your selection.
Yeah.
Probably going to be some repeats in my selection. But there's a lot that I don't have that you have.
Right.
And vice versa. And Ryan is the same way.
Yeah.
And Jared will be the same way, you know? So we need to go shopping with Jared.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like go down to Fantasyland.
Yep.
For those listening, if you're just getting into records, the best record store, Fantasyland.
If you're in Georgia.
Drive all the way from California.
Right.
I'm just kidding. But Fantasyland's been open since like...
In Buckhead, right?
Yeah. It's been open since like 1976 or whatever.
And he's got stuff that you will never even think of before you even get to the store.
It's so good. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of good records. There's Wuxtree in Decatur and Athens, and there's that place. There's another place in Decatur, that small place that we've went to.
Yeah. Even Second Charles.
I
like that one.
But Fantasyland, that's the best.
Yeah. I think he's got the most like quirky kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah. While also still having, and he has all the new stuff.
Oh, sure.
You know?
Yep.
So
definitely.
All that to say, we're super into records. So if you, and I told this to Jared, and Jared, you know, took advantage. If you have questions, if you're just getting into records, DM us.
Right.
We know a lot.
Slide into those DMs.
Just because we've been doing this for a while.
Yep.
Can tell you any budget.
Sure.
Like if you have a small budget or, you know, pretty good budget, I can tell you exactly what receivers to look at and speakers and turntables and styluses and a styli, whatever, however you're supposed to say it. Some people prefer vintage, some people prefer new, and like it's a whole world, but we're happy to help.
Sure.
If you're interested, we get it, and we're here.
And we love talking about it. So,
yeah, I don't know why I thought you were about to say we love tacos.
Well,
which is a fact.
Well, I love tacos too.
But like, I literally was.
Well, here's a fact. Fun fact.
Okay, I like
all of our episodes.
Don't give me a non-fun fact.
All of our episodes come out on Taco Tuesday.
Get out of here! Wow. Please don't fall. I never even thought about that.
Right? I haven't until just now.
I hope it never. I hope it never comes out on a Tuesday that's not Taco Tuesday. But
you don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
Nope. Absolutely.
We'll have to get them on Fajita Friday, or Double Stamp Wednesday.
5 Stamp Friday.
Yeah.
60 Stamp Saturday.
Right.
I don't know why it goes up that much, but it does. In my mind, it does.
Right.
Well, it's just like another card.
Well, I was going to say this too.
Just keep stamping.
I don't know if you were getting to a new point, but I was going to say someone else that's into records is likely going to join us on the show.
Oh, yes.
In 1 + 1 weeks. For those who struggle with math, that is 3. No, likely in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're going to have our very first actual real guest.
Yes.
His name is Steve Carell, everybody.
Woo! Woo! Are you serious?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
His name is Rudy. You've probably seen the movie. Great Notre Dame legend.
Legend.
Just absolute legend.
Oh, Rudiger.
Yeah. He probably gets that a lot in his life.
Yeah. He definitely gets the chant.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, but seriously, our very good friend, we've talked about him a lot on the show.
And you've heard him a lot on the show. You just didn't know it.
Yes. That is him.
Yeah, on saxophone.
On sax. Actually, it's just him with the kazoo.
Yes, Rudy Brandon, very good friend of ours, is going to be on the show. And when I talked to him, he seemed excited about it.
Yeah, he's also a fan of the show.
He is.
Which makes me happier to have him on the show.
Yep. So he knows what he's getting into.
Yes, and he's you're going to love him. He's charming.
Yep.
He's funny. Smells good.
He does.
Rudy's also into records, right? Because we helped him a little bit on that. And
I bought him a record for his birthday a couple years ago. It was Dave Matthews live at Red Rocks, actually. And,
I've been to Red Rocks, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Never been there, man.
Never seen a concert there.
Right.
But I went to the stadium or whatever, and it was like, it's kind of breathtaking. And it's honestly not as big as you think it is. I'm not saying that it's small, but like, I don't know. I am
the
saying
venue
that.
itself.
I kind of am saying that. It is not as large as you think it is.
I gotcha. It looks pretty big.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah.
It kind of shook me. I'm like, oh, not a lot of people could come here.
I gotcha.
But it's freaking sick.
Well, I definitely don't want to go now.
The fact that, why is that? Because there's less people?
It's not that big then.
No, it's not. I mean, but it would be so cool to see a concert there. But that would be a good record.
Yeah.
For the record, that would be a good record.
I see what you did there.
Sound like an old Chicago gangster. I see what you did there. See, I can't even.
Yeah, I have to do like I can't do it again.
Hey, son, I see what you did there, son. Hey, see.
I see what you did there. Hey, let's go to the Cubs game, man.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
How much you love me.
Well, that's going to be the. I was going to wait till the end of the episode to say that, but
yeah.
He and I are huge Dave Matthews fans.
Nice.
And we actually met him one time, which we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
When he comes here.
When you went to the,
we're going to have him on a couple of times because we got plenty of stories with that dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just wondering how we can afford to pay
make you aware of that.
How can we afford to pay him that much?
Well,
because he charges like $30,000 a pop, which I mean that's nothing. We can do a couple,
sure,
but
it's like it's all about the likes though and the
it is
subscriptions.
If I pay $30,000 to have him on for 30 minutes, and we get 10 likes,
yeah,
that's worth it.
Sure,
$30,000 for 10 likes.
Sure.
If we get 20 likes,
yep.
I mean,
if we get 9 likes, he's not coming back.
No,
we're not going to invite him back.
I'm not even paying him. It's $30,000 for 10 likes or bust.
Yep.
You know. For those not catching on to the sense of humor, this is a joke.
Right. Sarcasm.
Look
it up.
We're waiting. Look it up. While you're looking that up, I want to tell you that Cannon Plumbing is the absolute best.
Woo! Best of what?
Plumbing.
Oh! You said plumbing.
Yeah,
That's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you think I'm kidding, I'm going to tell you, you're wrong. He's the best.
He is.
You know what he's the best at now?
I think so.
Plumbing.
Yeah, plumbing.
And being a good friend.
Yeah.
So
he's a good dude.
He's a great dude.
You want him on your side.
Yes.
And especially during a mudslide in your bathroom. He's going to rescue you.
He will. And
your house.
If you want to know more about him,
right,
his company, and all of his deepest desires, go to CannonPlumbingLLC.com.
When duty calls, you call Cannon.
Come on. You had some gigs this weekend, right?
I did. It was pretty cool. See you guys. No, I
Take 2.
had 3 gigs in 4 days.
Wow, that's like 15 gigs.
Right. Had one in Sea Island, Georgia. And then we had one close to here at Daresville, the Barnsley Resort.
Any of them
Horrible load in, but
any of them rather strange?
the Sea Island it wasn't strange, but it just happened to be outside.
Okay.
Because Sea Island, you got the what are they called? It's not the ocean or not the shore, but it's
fish?
The inlets.
Okay. So off.
Yes, there's fish everywhere. I'm sure.
Sand,
Inlets,
clouds.
and so, and it was raining, but they told us that we were under a tent, so we were just like, oh, okay, that's cool. It's never bothered us before.
Just like the youth extravaganza, the youth pastor told you there'd be 4,000 people
Exactly.
and 7 showed up.
This is exactly what that was, because we got there. There was a stage, and half of it was covered by the shack-looking thing. So the back line was covered, but the front line was not. And it started raining as soon as we got there. And so we're just like, luckily we had tarps, so we just rolled everything up there and just covered it all.
Have you also ever showed up to a gig and the stage was a trailer, like an actual trailer?
With A-Town, no.
Well, yeah, I'm sure not with A-Town,
but
just in general.
I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, continue.
But so it started raining, covered everything with a tarp. Luckily, rain got out of there. It became beautiful.
Yeah.
But it was super windy. So we got supersized Wendy's meals.
I was going to say, thank God it wasn't Super McDonald's. Oh, good.
Come on.
Good joke.
Come on.
Come on.
It was so windy that like when I would go for a cymbal hit, instead of it would go ding.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Dude, I swear it happened like 20 times
God.
during the whole night. It was awful. And I was like, it's like I couldn't play, man. It's like, come on.
That's amazing. With that, this is the end of the episode. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on podcast. Leave us a 5-star review. Ding. Contact us on Instagram, TikTok. If you want to support us.
It's not like a slot machine.
I was trying to see how long I could go. I was like, how many things can I tell them to do?
You did well.
If you want to support us.
We got less than a minute. Hurry up.
If you want to support us, Patreon
yes.
is a good place to do it.
Do your patriotic duty.
It's only $5.
Right.
And with that, man.
Is that it?
I think they need to have a good week. And
we did it.
So do you.
Yeah. We all need to get a week. So that includes you out there in Cyberland.
Yes.
Or are we in Cyberland?
We're in Cyberland.
They're just watching Cyberland.
So here's a cyber bye. Have a great week.
Cyber glitch. Bye.